So lately I have been seeing this trend of videos, and the video title is called "This is Your Sign to Go All In." And now listen, y'all know how I am. I ain't gonna sell you no dream, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell you like it is, and instead let you know that this may not be the sign for you to go all in. No matter what anybody said, this may not be the right time for you. I'm just super saying.
Warm your car.
Oh man, well, that is it for the vet. The guy's coming to pick it up, be here in a couple minutes, and man, what a dope ride, man. Dang, I love this thing. Woo! Dang, I missed the vet. The Corvette was so, dang, the Corvette was so sick. And now the plan for this vlog is to show you guys around, show you guys a couple of places that are special to me, as well as tell you about this friend, because I have this friend who lives in Atlanta, and I recently saw her. I just saw her, made lunch, whatever, and she told me the most unsettling news, oh my gosh, that I've heard in a long, long time. Actually, before I do though, look at this. Let me show you guys something. Because you see, this is my old elementary school, well, middle school. It's elementary school now, but I went to middle school here when I first moved to Atlanta. This is the school I went to, which also means we are in my old neighborhood. I lived just straight down the street. I used to live straight down there, and all the neighborhood, all my friends, they were all Asian. Oh man, I love those guys, man. Oh, and enough nothing. It looks a little different. It looks better. I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm losing my voice. I think it's the pollen. The pollen is so bad. I think I'm losing my voice. Okay, the car is parked, and yeah, man, I used to walk this way. So the school that I just showed you, it's just straight down there. It's kind of a long walk, but yeah, me and some friends, I think we meet at the corner at the top, and we just walk all the way to school. But what I'm about to show you guys is a trip, because I'm about to show you where I lived when my mom had got us all settled or something. I know we eventually got all settled. And I mean, this was maybe a year after I got here. And they had bought this house, my mom and her husband, because she remarried. So she got married to this guy. They had bought this house, and this house was just down here, and I'm gonna show it to you. Okay, and here we go, y'all ready? So this is the house that they bought, this one right here. My room was all the way at the top. Now, Kenny had a good job. That was my stepdad, had a good job, and he did great. My mom also worked too as well. And the house was pretty cheap when I got it. And I loved this house. I loved it. I loved my room. My room was right at the top. I had like all this space. And I have so many memories of just my friends would come and hang out and come over and play games, and we listen to music. And I have so many memories too of like me sitting in the window. I would sit up at the window up there, right there, because that's another part of my room. My room was the whole top level. So I would sit up there, and I was the girl that I really liked that lived right down the street too. She was Asian. And I really liked this girl. We finally started dating. And I would just like sit there, and I'd be thinking about her, and sometimes I would see her walking, and I would call her from the window, and she would wave, and she would tell me to come over to her house. Man, what a trip, man. And now another thing too as well, when we lived in a house, I would literally sit on the top of the roof at night and just look up at the stars and the moon. I love the stars and the moon. All right, so yeah, there it is. I used to sit right at the top of the roof, and man, freaking loved it. And now, quick side note too, I met one of my best friends. He was standing about right here. I saw him because we were playing. Me and my sister were playing and skateboarding down the driveway, and I saw this dude come out. Realized he went to the school. He went to Jolly, and we became best friends. Like, no joke. I still know him today. Shout out to Angus. Sometimes he watches the vlogs and hit me up about him. Shout out to you, Angus. But yeah, and yeah, we became best friends, and I still know him. Still know him to the day. But back to my friend. See, I have this friend that I've known for a while. I've known her since at least 15 years, at least. But I recently found out that she wants to do the whole influencing thing. That's cool with me. Like, I'm all for it. I love hearing people wanting to get out there and kind of do their thing. So now my friend is telling me about this, and I'm super supportive because I love hearing that stuff. But she starts telling me how, yeah, she's been listening to a bunch of like gurus and coaches talking about starting your own business and just how there's so much success to be had and money to be made by being an influencer and being on YouTube, being on TikTok, and being on Instagram. And now look, don't get me wrong, to some extent she is 100% right. I mean, well, there is a lot to be had, and there's a lot of money if you become a successful creator or a successful influencer. And there's a lot there's just so much reward that you can get if you do this right. So she's telling me about this, and she's also telling me about how she's gonna quit her job because, they're treating her wrong. It was just a whole thing, and it sounded made up. It sounded like she just wanted to quit her job just so that she can do more influencing stuff or something, I don't know. But yeah, I guess she quit her job and started doing influencing. And I guess that was her way of trying to go all in. As you can probably guess and know where I'm going with this, is that it did not work out. I mean, yeah, and it's bad. And now, quick side note, we are at another place I used to work at. This is Tucker Recreational Center. And now I used to work here because, I don't think I ever told you guys this, but I actually used to teach gymnastics. So I taught gymnastics here at this recreational center for a gym called Tucker Tux. And now when I picked this job up, I actually had 3 jobs. This was my 3rd job. I worked at Best Buy, I worked at the movie theater, and then I got this job. And this job actually paid more than the Best Buy job and the movie theater. But yeah, back to my friend. So she's been listening to all these influencers and gurus, quit your job, 9 to 5, all this other stuff. And she did exactly that. She went the whole 9 yards. And what ended up happening, what I found out, is that she is homeless and she lives in a storage with her son. And her son is in high school. Man, I cannot tell you how shocked I was. It does not surprise me that she's in this situation, especially listening to all these people online telling you to quit your job and do this and do that and go all in on this because it's your passion. I mean, she's even her whole thing is trying to do affirmations and meditate and all this other stuff. Meanwhile, she had no savings, she had nothing, no planning, nothing. And she let this happen. Now she lives in a storage, like with her son who's in high school. And look, I ain't even been a hater or nothing. My hood never let me be a hater. But this is not good advice for like 98% of people. This is not good advice. I was doing the car show yesterday, right? And Corey's such a dope dude. Thank Corey. Huge shout out to you. Again, if you don't know Corey Jones, I will link his channel down below. We had such a great conversation for the talk show. And one of the questions I asked him was, why does he still work his 9 to 5 and do YouTube, even though on YouTube he's doing so well? And his answer was very similar to why I still have my job and still do YouTube on the side, even though I know, now I'm not nowhere near as big as him, but I know I'm gonna make it. Like, Timmy, you ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm gonna make it. This is not your sign to go all in. And the reason I say this is because everyone's life is different. Everyone has different circumstances and everyone is different. When you're trying to go all in on something, you can go all in on something while maintaining what you're already doing. What I think going all in means just committing to it. Commit to doing something. Don't just drop everything you have. Oh, you have kids, and you have bills to pay and all this other stuff, so I'm still gonna just drop all of this and pursue a career in social media. Like, no, you don't do these things. Like, that is not a smart move. And even then, even if you wanted to go all in and you don't have kids or you don't have a family to look after, I would say still keep your job for a little bit. Like, I'm just super saying, man, there's no rush. Because a lot of these messages are good, but take the message and apply it to your situation, not just in general of, like, I'm not working hard enough and I'm not going in all in. Like, you know, no. I've said this in so many of my videos that I have started taking YouTube extremely seriously. This is the first time I've started taking YouTube extremely seriously. Meaning I'm committed to at least 2 videos a week. I'm in it for the long run, and I made a commitment to do this and do it seriously. Take it seriously. Take myself seriously. Learn as much as I can. Do as much as I can. But that's as much as I can. Like, meaning balancing my kids, balancing my wife, balancing just life in general, balancing my 9 to 5, because I work a lot. Even when you watch some of these people who have gone all in, they didn't just hop right into it. Like, they didn't just go all in one day because they love to do what they do. They took steps and they took their time. Everyone wants it and they want it so quickly, but they don't want to earn it. Like, earn it, earn your way, learn, keep learning, keep building. Build, and build some more. And look, I'm just being real. I say this all the time too. I'm not gonna sell you a dream. Man, like, no. Now look, I am not trying to tell you not to follow your dreams or to take risks. I am a huge advocate for following your dreams, doing your passions, and taking risks. I mean, I do them all. Taking risks and gambling is different. Even when I moved to LA, it was planned. When I moved to the Netherlands, it was planned. Even when I didn't even have jobs when I moved, but I planned it. I had money saved. I also had an internship when I moved to LA, and I just got a job when I realized that I wasn't getting paid for the internship. Now we got that out of the way. Now I got to visit my favorite park in Georgia. Now, it is not a big park. Matter of fact, it's hidden. It's actually hidden inside this apartment area, and it's by Linux. But yeah, I used to come here. I would take girlfriends here. I would just come and just walk by myself, sit down and look at the water. And man, I just had so much on my mind. I had so much to think about. But look, you can see it. Look, so you go through, we're at the apartment. You would go through the apartment, you would park your car. Oops, let me lock the door actually, hold on. But yeah, so you would come through the apartment and you would walk this way down here. And man, just what an amazing park, man. Man. Look at that. So man, it has been maybe about 5 years since I've been here. And wow, look at it. Like, this is what I'm saying. And this is hidden from everywhere. Oh man, but yeah, I used to come and sit right over here and look at the animals, because there's ducks, there's a lot of turtles. But I used to just come and sit here and I would have a notepad that I would write in, and I would just plan and plan and plan, because I would get so inspired coming around here. Like, this is near, again, it's near the Lenox Mall and also in Buckhead area. And Buckhead is right next to Midtown. And I was so inspired, like, all the time. Just when I would just be in the area, it just really inspired me. And the hard part was figuring out how to always be inspired versus just letting a place inspire me. Because I feel like, you know, I'm a strong believer that the inspiration has to come within. That's just me. But I think that, I mean, you can get inspired by, you do have these one-offs that you can be inspired by a person or a result, or even like watching somebody do something, you're like, oh, I could do that too, like, it's amazing, blah, blah, blah. But it has to, I'm a strong believer that the inspiration that lasts the longest is what comes within. Like, the moment I just put the action to the thought, or put the action to what I was thinking, that's when I get like truly inspired. I remember that at one point, a girl that I was dating, I brought her here because she was really special to me. She was so special to me, and I brought her here. We went here a lot, actually. Like, she's probably the girl that I brought here the most. And I've only brought 2 girls here, but I brought her here the most because she was so special to me. But I remember coming here because she had to go back to Germany. So I came here a couple of times when she went back, and I would just sit down, and I would sit over there in the grass, and I would sit at my spot over there, and man, I would just think and think and think just about like what to do, because I was going through such a hard time with school. Like, I'm telling y'all, I was so bad at school. I was failing all these classes in college. Man, it's a miracle I made it out. I mean, not a miracle, but I grinded hard, and I worked a lot too. But I would come here and just try to figure things out. Like, I never told her that I was failing all of these classes in college because I felt ashamed. I'm not gonna lie, I felt ashamed. And when I saw her, when I went to Germany the very first time, I actually saw her, like, but I thought about telling her what was on my mind and how I felt like a failure and all this other stuff, but I couldn't. I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. So she never knew until way late, like years down the line, that yeah, that I wasn't doing so great. I was in a rough area. I was in a rough spot, man. I was doing terrible in school. Okay, having a quick coffee. Ooh, we are cricket. Hold up. Okay, we are taking a quick coffee break, and I'm also editing this vlog. And I don't mean to come off negative, but I want to know, what are your thoughts, especially about my friend and her story and just what she's going through? Because this is not the first time I've heard of people in this kind of situation. This is just the first time that I know someone personally in this situation. Like how she went homeless. Like, come on, like, how crazy is that? Like, and she has a son who's in high school and lives in a storage room. Like, she lives in a storage unit illegally. But you know what? Anyway, man. Jeez. What are your thoughts? Am I tripping about this? Or I'm just, like, for real, am I tripping? Because look, I'm not trying to come off negative. I am all for it. Especially content. Look, I am all for it. I love this. I love making videos more than any of these turkeys out here. Holla at a player. You know what? All I'm simply trying to say is, I think people should plan their going all in strategy. Like, I think that is a dangerous message because a lot of people just take it for what it is. That's all I'm trying to say. Now, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I'm gonna finish my coffee, wrap this vlog up, because I know this vlog is super long. So yeah, man, what is going on with the lighting? But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this Atlanta series vlog. I got one more special one before I dip up out of here and head back to the Netherlands. So if you enjoyed it, let me know, and I will see you in the next one. The next one's gonna be deep.